Hello and good day, my beautiful friend. It is your boy King Gabriel again here for another impromptu video. Today's video is about freedom. And freedom, contrary to popular belief, is not the ability to just do what you want when you want, right? Although you can. If you do what you want when you want, right, which is a possibility, you would actually still have to deal with the consequences of that doing, right? So, if you're willing to take the consequences, then you could do anything, right? But there are consequences. So, freedom itself, if we really want to define it from the perspective of understanding that would move us forward and not keep us stuck in having to deal with consequences, is having options open to you at all times, right? And whether or not you exercise those options, that's just up to you, right? You can exercise them or you can choose not to. But having the choice is what lets you be free. Because yes, there may be consequences associated with the choice that you make. But where you make the choice from is way more important than the choice you make. Now, if you make a choice to do something thinking that it will give you something that you don't already have within your field or within your being, then you have made a choice that no matter how good a choice it looks, it will debilitate you in some way because it will get you dependent on a specific system in order to bring something to you that you don't already have or that you are not already. If, however, you know for yourself that everything that comes to you from your source, from that place of truth, from within inside you as a being, then no matter what you partake in, right, whether to some it seems immoral or moral or whatever other label we could put on it, the fact of the matter will be, in having the option to exercise, we are already free because inside we feel not trapped or stuck or having to give in to one thing, right? We have the option and then we choose, and from choosing from that place we can then live knowing that we're connected and experience the results of that. It would be like, for instance, I'll use this one. Let's say you're actually walking down the road one day, right, and you have a little change in your pocket, right, in your wallet or whatever, and you see somebody across from you, and this person looks like, well, they could use it, right? And I mean, the person is probably what we would call a beggar or whatever. Now, you have the option of giving in that instant or not giving, right? Now, the factor that comes into play there is an internal drive. There is an internal drive in you that either says to you instantly, oh, let me give this, or it says, something's off, right? And in that moment, some people call it intuition, by the way, but that internal drive is usually correct, right? So the first impulse that's given is to give. Now, if you just grab and you give from the place of having and follow that impulse directly, then you've really given. If you think about it twice and decide to give just a quarter and hold back something or whatever because you're thinking of a next situation where, geez, if I give all the money here, then I wouldn't have money for this or that or whatever, then you've already kind of tainted the giving, because the giving is not the real impulse that you had. It's a limited version and it's based on lack. So you're already giving from lack and creating lack in your life by that giving. It is not full giving. And then if you don't give at all, right, if the impulse was not to give, then fine, you're still at peace and you leave that situation in peace still. But if you decide to not give, even though the impulse was to give, then you're going against yourself, and that conflict leaves that situation with you as well, and you leave that situation feeling as if you're lessened in some way instead of feeling appreciated and knowing that you had to give, so you just gave, right? So I know that's 3 crazy scenarios there, but at the end of it all, it's what do we leave the situation with? Do we leave the situation feeling uplifted, or do we leave the situation feeling depreciated? You know, so freedom itself is the ability to act, not automatically, right, but to act in a way that allows us to continue to be free or to feel free, right? If we have the options, then we feel free, so we continue to be free. If we don't have options, then, well, we feel trapped. So we experience that and we continue to create a situation that shows us that we are trapped and lacking. So freedom is really of the mind. The body can be in any state anywhere, but once the mind is free, it creates a scenario where the individual can still be happy because internally there is that freedom to extend and to connect where needed, right? So that is freedom. And truly, even in our system today, when we stop at stop signs, for instance, you're driving and you stop at a stop sign. Now you can do that with awareness or not. If you stop at a stop sign and you just do it automatically, you'll find yourself stopping after a while at white lines without stop signs, because you become so conditioned that you actually just do the thing without really assessing the situation fully anymore. And sometimes that assessment, that critical thinking, right, not remembering but thinking, is necessary. And so we need to be able to shift into that space where we're doing things consciously. Even though we have to do repeated actions are not done like drones, absent of thinking, absent of the presence of the individual. No, you do it, and you do it from the state of understanding that to maintain your freedom, you must be aware of what's taking place around you as well. And keep your options open. So I hope that that helped in some way, and we can all move forward together. I think that we'll have some fun from here, expressing our freedom and doing things that matter to us, keeping our options open, right? And keeping our minds open. Thank you very much for being with me today, and I'm grateful for you. Eternal love and infinite peace.